usually when I get a new store, the managers ask that I do a taste demo. I would set up at the store, and as the customers come in, I would set up with little either crackers or little sausages, and I would let them taste it. And the biggest challenge that I face is that, oh my God, it's too spicy. Like I've had someone spit it out because it was just that spicy. So I have had to make it less spicier. I've had to make it milder so it could for the palate of those who it's too much spicy. So the really traditional spicy one, I ship it. So if you order it and you want the really, really spicy one, then I will ship it to you.
If you live in the Miami area and you've been fortunate enough to taste Pikliz, you are in luck because today you hear from the trailblazer, you hear from the flavor boss behind Pikliz. And in case you're wondering what's Pikliz, it's a little spicy Haitian condiment that has made its way onto the shelves of the supermarkets in Miami area. I am in luck. You are in luck to hear from Madame Dere. Now, you have to pronounce your last name for me, Madame. What's your last name?
Last name is Guirand.
Guirand. Okay.
Guirand or Guirand, however you want to pronounce it. But
Okay.
it's French origin. Guirand.
Yes, I can tell.
Yes.
Guirand.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure to have you in the Story Warrior studio to talk about Pikliz. I first stumbled on you by sheer luck, by sheer chance, while attending the inaugural Global African Consortium, inaugural Global African Symposium in Miami last month. And in the course of our conversation, I realized, you are the lady behind the spicy sauce. You're the lady with a flavor that can make your mouth go pew, 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 like it's a little bit fiery. So I'm a little bit excited to have you because I'm not a super spicy eater, but my wife loves spicy like crazy. So thank you so much for making the time. We have story weavers, story warriors, we have business people who come onto this channel to learn from us. So I know you are a chef.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself as a chef. Not so much about Pikliz, but just much about you being a professional chef.
Okay. How did I start? Being a chef, I've known that my love for cooking since I was a child. And when your parents ask you, what do you want to do when you grow up? And in Haiti, my mom asked me, and a friend asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I want to cook. I want to sell food. And in Haiti, that is not a prestigious type of thing. So yeah, it's not a prestigious career. So when I said that, they were like, no, what are you talking about? You need to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse or something. What are you talking about? And then she took something and she hit me over my heart, like, get that out of your mind right now or whatever. And and I did get that out of my mind. And so eventually, years later, we ended up moving to America. And I went to school and pursued a career in medical. And I went to nursing school and I finished, I started with LPN. On my first day in clinical, I fainted. And I said, this is not for me.
I love that. Love to hear that.
I was in my clinical, I was supposed to clean somebody's wound, and I went like this to clean it. And then when I was coming to, they had the salt in my nose. I was coming. They're like, you fainted, honey. You passed out. That's not the career for me. So I went the clerical route where I still went into medical, but more paperwork. So I was not, hands-on. So I did that for about 12 years. But my love for cooking was always there. I always cooked for my family, cooked for friends. Whenever there was a party, I was the one to cook. So one day I decided I'm going to go to culinary school. So
Mm.
while working, I signed up for culinary school, and I'd go to work from 8 to 4, and from 4:30 to 10, I went to school. And then so I graduated from culinary school. And Pikliz is not something I came up with. Pikliz it's a national staple condiment, we would call it here. But if you ever go to a Haitian restaurant, you can't, they will not give you a plate without it. Uh yeah, that's a little bit of how I used to make the pickles along with the food, because whenever you cook, because primarily I make Haitian food, so I would make the
Mm.
pickles along with it. So that's where that came from.
Amazing story. Uh, I don't know if I should be happy or not happy that somebody fainted in their clinicals, and out of that, slowly but surely, God whispered into your ear again, young lady, go into what I've assigned you to do. Give people good flavors, give people
Yes.
a reason to enjoy one more day. So, thank you so much. Here on the Story Warrior channel, Story Warrior podcast, we love to
Yes.
feature the stories of true trailblazers like yourself, pioneers like yourself. Myself, Gideon Fumukwai, I see myself as a story warrior because it's my duty to sing from the rooftops and share the stories of all the amazing people out there like you who are in pursuit of something bigger than themselves. Pikliz has been around for long, but nobody ever took it to the world market. Pikliz has been around for long, but
Yeah.
nobody bothered to take it out of the kitchen. They said, let us put on the supermarket stores and shelves. You did that. So
Mhm.
I want to ask you, ma'am, at what point did you determine, I think this should go from just Haitian restaurants to supermarket chains and all the chefs in Florida and beyond?
Well, I am of Haitian origin and I was born in Haiti. However, I did migrate to the US when I was very young, at 10 years old.
Mhm.
So, in I would say 2016, my mom lived in Haiti, and I used to go. She moved back to Haiti, and I used to go visit pretty frequently. And I realized the Pikliz there and the Pikliz here, it was completely, the taste was different.
Mm.
So I started talking to, when I went to the restaurant, and I asked the chef, and I said, "Oh my God, like what's in this Pikliz? Like why, it doesn't taste like this in America." And then she started to tell me, this is how we make it here, and this is not, over there they put this and this and that. And then so she started to share with me how they actually make it in Haiti.
Mhm.
So when I came back home, I tried it. Didn't taste the same. And then so after trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, I actually this was prior to going to culinary school.
Mhm.
So trial and error, I made it, and I was like, that's the taste. Yes, that's the taste. So that's the pickles I started to make along with my
Mhm.
food and everything. So whenever
Awesome.
I would cater and I would serve people my food, they're like, "Oh my God, this tastes so good. Why
Mhm.
not you? Why don't you?" And I had a friend of mine who actually, and I say, you know what? I don't have a big name. There's other companies out there. There's a company. It's not actually Haitian. I believe it's a Hispanic with Haitian background. I'm not sure, but they have a pickles on the market, but it tastes absolutely nothing, and it doesn't even look like, you know what I mean. And then
Mhm.
so they're like, why not? Why don't you put your stuff in the market? And I was like, I don't know if it would do well because I don't have the name behind me. Like,
Mhm.
how do I just go in the market? People won't know who I am. So he said, well, just do it. Like, just research it and find out or whatnot. So I did. I researched the heck out of it and found out how to get it in the markets.
Mhm.
So, went through the proper channels, the FDA and all of that, which was a lengthy process.
Mhm.
And so I went ahead and and I just started going to the different local supermarkets, and talked to the managers, and showed it to them. My daughter, who's a graphic designer, she designed the label and everything for me. And then so, I started, and then I remember when I got my first sale, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll take it." I was like, "What?"
How much was your first sale? How much was your first sale? About how much did it bring in?
$30.
$30. Okay, okay, okay. And that was
$30.
in which year was that?
This was in I would say 2017.
Wow, wow. And that
2017.
was that when
Yeah.
you already started producing en masse, or was just still testing the market?
Still testing the market, because prior
Okay.
to that, I used to sell it in farmers markets. I used to do
Mhm.
taste demos. Like, I would bring it to different farmers market and have people
Wow.
taste it, and have different things like that. And that was like, a while back. But
Thank
up until that time, that's when I started to actually sell it to the supermarket. So I went with that first one, because he was like, "Well, we don't know the brand. We'll try one case." And at the time, the case was only $30. And then, so this was before COVID, before the prices went crazy.
Okay.
So then I was like, you know what? I need to have a different strategy, because I can't be doing one one case at a time. I'll wear myself out. So, we came up. A friend of mine, helped me and came up with a different strategy to sell more. So then
Mm,
I started to go to different supermarkets with the same pitch,
yes.
different, sales pitch, but with more. And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, if you purchase 10 cases, you get one free. And
Awesome.
so
Awesome.
they're like,
Awesome.
"Oh, okay." So then I started to sell 10 cases and then get one. So that was my strategy. I just gave y'all my little secret, but okay.
Now,
And so,
as it stands today, about how much are you selling now? From $30 for your first order, how much are you raking
uh-huh.
in now? Because that could help somebody to say, you know what? There's ingenuity starts very small and then it grows bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, from the $30, which was that was in that week, because I
Yeah.
didn't make any more sales that week.
Mhm.
So
Ouch.
now I'm bringing in roughly about 2-3 thousand a week,
There you go. There
with
you
the
go.
different. Yeah, I'm in about 46 supermarkets across South Florida.
46
Yeah.
and still growing. You're not switching off yet. You're just getting warmed up, I bet. You're
Yes,
just
still
like, okay.
growing.
46 stores across
Just
Florida.
getting just
What are
getting
some of the
started, because I feel
thank you.
like, yeah.
Thank you. What are the names of some of the supermarkets that carry your brand now? Pikliz.
Okay, we have Bravo Supermarket, Key Foods, Broward Meat and Fish, Price Choice Supermarkets, and those are chains. Like, they have several locations.
Wow.
We have Price Choice, like I just said. We have
Uh-huh.
Sabor Tropical.
Mhm.
Uh, what else? Brothers Farmers Markets. They have
Mhm.
4 locations in Hollywood, Davie, um, Sunrise. They have 4 different locations. Where else? Total Supermarkets. They have 4 different
Mhm.
locations.
Mhm.
Um, what else? I think that's pretty much it for now.
That's quite a bit.
Um,
That's a bit.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
yet in the other chains like the Walmarts, but I'm sure you're getting there sooner than later, isn't it?
right. Yes, that's the goal. That's the
Fan-
goal. Yeah.
Fantastic. This is so good because some people underestimate small beginnings. If you had given up after a $30 week, can you imagine you not be having the
Listen.
3, 4,000 a week now, and about
Yeah.
how many weeks in a year? So that means you have definitely brought something special to the market. But I want us to take a moment and look at the process of going from the kitchen to the manufacturing plant. Are you still doing
Mhm.
all of this in your kitchen, or you found a commercial kitchen, you found a place where you can do the sealing, the bottling, and all of that? Because there's a lot that goes into a fine little bottle that contains a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of chili or habaneros. First of all,
Mhm.
tell us what are the ingredients and where are you producing all of this?
Okay. Well, what's in it? It's all natural. It's cabbage. It's literally raw cabbage,
Mhm,
carrots raw,
mhm,
habanero peppers, and then I make the juices and the spices and everything to make it taste good, and then
mhm,
let it marinate, and then jar it. And all of that takes place in a commercial kitchen, because when you have your things
FDA.
in the supermarket, you have to follow
Yeah.
FDA guidelines, and
Yes.
making it at home just does not cut it. You have to make it from a commercial kitchen or a
Yes.
restaurant that's past FDA, standards. And
Mhm.
then so that's where, we make that happen. So you have to go to a commercial kitchen and make all of that happen. Hmm.
And if we go to your commercial kitchen, I assume it's somewhere in southern Florida, about how many people are
Yeah.
helping you, how many hands at the table, how many people are parceling, how many people are cutting, how many people are chopping, how many people are mixing, and all of that good stuff. About how many people do this every week? Because
Right
it's
now, it's I have three people helping me. It's four of us, and we
Mhm,
do all the work. It's a lot of work.
mhm,
So it's pretty much four people. Two of us full time, and
mhm. The last question was you said that two of you that are full time, two of you that are part time. So
yes.
quick follow up. So there are about total of four of you. That's
Mhm.
cutting, slicing, bottling, preserving, and packing on to vehicles that will go do distribution. Or do you have a separate person for distribution?
Well, no, we do all of that. We do the distribution ourselves.
Awesome.
When I am actually looking into a distribution company,
Mhm.
but for now, we do the distribution ourselves. Hmm.
Fantastic. Now, let's say I want to order Pikliz. I am living
Hmm.
in Texas or I'm living in Maryland. What do I
Hmm.
need to do to be able to have my
Hmm.
Pikliz at my door so I can enjoy my food?
Well, you will go to our website, which is kiskeyafarm.net, and order, and we'll ship it to you.
Awesome. So you have an order delivery
Mhm.
system that is online. When you say Kiskeya
Yep,
Farm, does that
absolutely.
mean you also have a farm back home or here in America that produces all of these special vegetables, or do you buy from the general market and then you preserve and bottle?
Well, the idea initially, the name came from me wanting a farm. I've always wanted a farm. And that's the name that I wanted, Kiskeya Farm. And, living in South Florida, having a farm is not, and especially in the city, it's not
Mhm,
that feasible to have a
mhm.
farm. And so until that farm materializes, I purchased the products
The
from
domain, the domain, okay.
from
But you already,
different vendors and different
uh,
yeah.
uh,
But one day
okay.
that's the goal, to have a farm, whether back home, or if it's, if I have to move to the Midwest or move
Mhm.
upstate Florida, wherever the farm can materialize, that's the goal.
Or
I
even
would
in
I would
Africa, why not? Because I know
That's
people that
always been
live
my
here.
own
I know people that live in
farm.
America now. They own farms in
Hmm.
Africa, huge commercial farms. Now,
Oh, yeah.
that could be for that
Well,
market.
listen. Africa's my second home now, so you never know.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you have worked really hard, tirelessly to get Peclis in the supermarkets on the shelves. What are some of the challenges that you
Yes.
face
Yes.
with the captured market, which is mostly people of Haitian descent or Caribbean descent? And what are the challenges that you see with respect to other African diaspora who are very, very similar culturally in terms of gastronomic or food palates, in terms of the way they taste food? what are the challenges you are facing in terms of reaching out and making sure that this product is able to reach as many people as possible?
Well, initially, the biggest challenge was the Pikliz. It's naturally, culturally very spicy. I mean, like spicy to the point where you feel like you've been punched. Like it's very, very spicy. So usually, when I get a new store, the managers ask that I do a taste demo. I would set up at the store, and as the customers come in, I would set up with little either crackers or little sausages, and I would let them taste it. And the
Mm.
biggest challenge that I face is that, oh my God, it's too spicy. Like I've had someone spit it out because it was just that spicy. So I have had to make it less spicier. I've had to make it milder so it could for the palate of those who it's too much spicy. So the really traditional spicy one, I ship it. So if you order it and you want the really, really spicy one, then I will ship it to you. But if you get it in the supermarket, you're gonna get spicy. It's spicy, but it's not the traditional spicy that and most Haitians, when they taste it, they're like, oh my God, it's not that spicy because they're used to it burning their lips, you know?
Yes.
So if you want that lip burning sensation, then you order it from me because it.
Sign me up.
So that's one of the challenges. And okay, for the super spicy, extra
Sign
spicy,
me up for the most spiciest you can get. The one that it burns your tongue, burns your ears, and smoke is coming out. That's the one I want to get for my wife, not for myself, because she cannot get enough spicy. I will not touch
okay.
it. I would take it just
Okay, tell her I got her.
just
I
a
got
quarter
you.
inch. With my omelet, I can take a little bit, but nothing else. But for my wife, as spicy as it gets, I'm gonna place an order with you very, very soon. But let's talk about
Listen, I will send you a mile jar.
for me, and then the spiciest for my wife.
A mile for you and extra spicy for your wife. Yes.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Now I want to see her admit for once, man, this is hot. I've only heard her say that like once or twice. Never again have I heard her. So I want to see her say, man, this is something else. I can feel smoke coming through my ears. That's when I'll be like, thank you, Dherlie, for thank you for giving something that my wife can look up to. Now we want to start wrapping up here. Where do you
Yes.
see Pikliz in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, the next 3 to 5 years, I'm projecting to be in more mainstream supermarkets such as Publix. There's another big supermarket chain here, Presidente, and to be more in the mainstream in Fresh Market and Whole Foods and things like that. So I project to be in bigger mainstream supermarkets.
Mm.
That's my goal.
Now,
That's where I see it in the next 2 to 3 years.
the fact that you are a chef, has that helped you in the
Mhm.
process of making Pikliz? Has that been a positive or has that been a negative?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's been a positive, absolute positive because, taste palettes and learning how to, cut things and how to make things presentable and how to make things tasty and getting things just the right taste, not just throwing ingredients together, but getting just the because what usually happen and not to bad mouth anyone, but in our community, if you like, we make different types of food, but if you can buy the food here, it tastes one way, and you buy it there, it tastes another way. Or even in the same restaurant, you come back the next day, it tastes different because someone else made it. You know what I mean? Like you don't
Yes.
come, like the food is not consistent as far as taste. So
Yes.
what I wanted to, being a chef, it helps you to develop a recipe and a
Mhm.
taste palette that
Mhm.
is consistent. So if you
Yes.
buy my pickles today and you buy it 6 months from now, it's going to taste the exact same because I use the same recipe. I have measurements and I have, you know,
Mhm.
and I taste it and I have the same taste palettes that I use because
Mhm.
like before I even pour okay, you taste it. You taste it. And I have, my whole kitchen taste it before I even pour it in to make
Mhm.
sure
There you go.
that the taste is always consistent. Hmm.
Amazing. Amazing. This is the last question. Is there a new product
Okay.
you're working on that you're testing that we can be expecting to see on the
Maybe.
shelves sooner or later? You want to let us
Yes,
in on
maybe.
just a little secret?
I don't know if I want to put it out there yet, but yes, I do have something else that I'm working on, and you just have to find out when it comes out.
Oh, can you make a
I
promise?
absolutely have something that I'm working.
Can you
Pardon?
make a promise? Can you make a promise to our viewers, Story Warrior Show, that when that is ready, you come back here and break the news with us so that our community, our people should know that they are on the inside
Oh,
with Dherlie.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, okay, okay. Amazing. Thank you so much for
Yes.
taking this phenomenal journey. We appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate the fact that you're helping people to live longer lives, healthier lives by eating that which is a little spicy, because they say when it's spicy, it's
Mm-hmm.
juicy, it makes life worth living. So thank you so much, Dherlie, and we applaud
Yeah.
you. We want you to continue growing
No
as far
problem.
as possible. Thanks for coming on the Story Warrior Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.